Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel, Willow Moon Mystical. I'm Willow. So this here, if you can see this beautiful oil, this is Power of the Witch oil. And my circle made, we each made a batch of this oil about a month and a half ago. It had to sit out in the moonlight and charge from new moon to full moon, but it had to stay out until it went through at least one severe lightning storm or thunderstorm, for which this one recently has, and now it's ready to use. I'm going to strain this oil because I don't want to keep all these ingredients. It causes it to go rancid really quickly. Um, to make Power of the Witch oil, what you need is you need a stone, one to represent each sign of the zodiac, and you need an herb, one to represent each sign of the zodiac. You can substitute, but you cannot duplicate. Then you will need a piece of silver, and um, I can't think. Then you need a piece of silver, and you need hair from a live she wolf or descendant thereof. So this is this, and there's a couple of other personal ingredients. Feel free to add your own. We put a little charm on to represent each of our own zodiac birth sign. So this can stay as your mother jar, but I don't wish for mine to. I wish for mine to. I want to strain all this out. So the way I'm going to do that is I have a mason jar here, and these are tea bags, and I use these for everything. I will use these little disposable bags for making my tea. I will use them for straining oil, and I will also use them for putting my bath salts in, my herbal bath salts, so that I don't mess up my tub or clog up my tub. And these are perfect for that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just generally place this over the top of this, and I'm going to pull these strings tight. I put a little knot in there. And I may have to change this out depending upon, but we're going to give this a try. I don't know if pulling that tight was a good idea. Yeah, I'm just going to hold it in there. I think this might be a better idea, but I do want to strain my oil out. So I'm going to let the oil fill up. And what it's going to do is all the oil is going to drain out, but all of the other ingredients, such as the crystals and the she wolf hair and the piece of silver and other things, will stay within the bag that I'm using as a filter. And like I said, you can use this as a mother jar, but it'll go rancid quick. And this way, after I'm done filtering this out, I hope to use it for, I hope to add some essential oils to give it a pleasant smell. So that is straining. And I do want to strain as much as it possibly can. Then I'm going to fill this up again. Oh, that's coming out nicely. Nice even flow. So like I said, you need a stone to represent each one of the zodiac signs, and believe me, each sign does have several stones that you can choose from, some more common than others. And then you need an herb to represent each of the zodiac signs. You can substitute, but you cannot duplicate. Then you can add you need hair from a she wolf, a live she wolf or a descendant thereof, and a piece of silver. Then you have to sit this out to charge in the sun and in the moon, starting from the new moon all the way to the full moon. And if that passes, if that time passes and a lightning storm has not occurred, leave it sitting in your garden. And the reason why I say garden, because it needs to be out among plants. So if you have like a little garden, set it in your garden. If you have a little woodland area or something such as that, set it out. But put it where animals and other things cannot come in contact with it. Just make sure you have it in a really good sealed bottle. That is really straining out. I'm glad to see that. It may not have the most pleasant smell when you're first straining it. Ooh, did it go on the outside? I did. I got a little bit on the outside. That's okay. This is straining. Looks like it's trying to slow down a little bit. So I think that's all it's going to come out. This, I'm going to turn it upside down in the garbage can, let the rest of it strain there. I'm just going to get the rest of this. Beautiful. Now the carrier oil that I used was extra virgin olive oil. It is just my favorite oil to use. And it's trying to strain everything it can. There's more in there than what I thought there was. Okay, so now I think it's coming to its end. And you can see that it still has more in there, but the thing is kind of like clogged up. I wonder if I can turn this around to the other side and see if that's going to start allowing it to strain better. Looks like it is trying to drip, but it's getting kind of too messy for me. So if I pull on a little bit like this, it's going to drain a little bit more. Oh, that's draining really well. Isn't that funny how that's doing that? That is a nice even flow. And I will use Power of the Witch on candles. I will use it in magic. Don't use it on your skin or put it in your bath or anything like that. Don't let it come in contact. You know, if you're allergic to any type of plants or anything, make sure you use ingredients that you're not allergic to. But I would definitely be, yeah, I think this is done. So let me, hold on a second. Perfect. I threw that in the trash. That was perfect. I have a rag here to wipe everything off with. Now I'm going to put the lid on. Look at this oil. Absolutely gorgeous. Now, like I said, I will clean this, really. And I will transfer this back in there once that's clean. But I will take this and I anoint candles with it. I use it in spell work. I use it on sigils. Yeah, so remember, if you wish to make your own Power of the Witch oil, you will need an herb, one to represent each of the zodiac, and you will need a stone, one to represent each of the zodiac, hair of a she-wolf, and a piece of silver. And then add something that represents you, who you are. And you set it out on new moon, and it goes from new moon to full moon. But if it has not passed through a lightning storm, leave it out there until it does. And then you can strain it, and then your oil will be ready for you to use. Now that I have this strain, I can add some essential oils to give it a pleasant scent. And my Power of the Witch oil is ready to go. This should last me for quite some time. It should be shelf worthy for quite some time as well. I'll put the date here on the month, and normally I'll check it in about 3 to 6 months. I'll check it at 3 months. I'll check it at 6 months. If it seems like it might be going a little rancid, then I may just toss it out and create some more. But here you go. This is Power of the Witch oil. I hope you make some of your own. And yeah, start using the things you have to empower yourself. Now remember, if you set this outside, set it in a garden area. Set it outside on the new moon to the full moon, and set it into like a garden-like setting. I don't care if it's just a clump of weeds along your fence line. That is still a small garden area. And just set it there and let it brew for day in and day out, under the sun, under the moon, and let it go through at least one lightning storm. Thank you for joining me. If you will, please like, subscribe, notify, share, and comment. Have any questions, leave them below. I'll be more than happy to answer them. Remember, no matter where you are or what you're going through, tomorrow is a brand new day, and you get to begin again. So stay forever magical, my friends, and blessed be.